I don't think that the decision at the time was wrong to give China PNTR status and to conduct a strategy that was based on engaging with China and cooperation with China. The China today, however, is not the China of 20 years ago. This, in fact, in my view, is really not a sudden change. As somebody who follows China quite closely, I would say that this has been a too gradual a change, and it is really long overdue because some of the challenges coming from China really began over a decade ago, and China's assertive posture towards its neighbors certainly began more than a decade ago. And we have only seen this accelerate. And I think the response of the United States has actually been too slow and not sufficient. So I think this is the right time for the United States to develop a more effective strategy to influence Chinese policies and Chinese behavior, not to contain China's rise, but to protect our own interests and to convince China that it's on the wrong path, that the policies it's pursuing are really not in its interests.
Does the United States need to manage China's resurgence over the long haul? Undoubtedly. But I don't think that U.S. foreign policy and U.S. domestic policy should be unduly beholden to China. I don't think that the United States' decisions about how it renews itself at home, how it repositions itself abroad, should be dictated solely or even predominantly by what China does. I think that to the extent that the United States adopts a China-centric foreign policy, it actually signals anxiety to its longstanding allies and partners. I think that to the extent that the United States says, where is it that we would like to go, we meaning the United States, what is it that we would like to accomplish at home? What type of post-pandemic order would we like to work towards in partnership with our allies and partners? And once we've sketched out those affirmative visions at home and abroad, determining where selective contestation with China would advance those efforts. So my pitch, so to speak, is that as you said, I do think that the foundation of any kind of a policy vis-a-vis China, as many observers across the ideological spectrum have said, and rightly so, is domestic renewal. And so there is a discussion to be had, a very important discussion to be had about how the United States and its allies and partners can fashion a more resilient post-pandemic order, a post-pandemic order that is better equipped not only to handle short-term emergencies such as another COVID-19 or another pandemic, but also better equipped to weather longer-term stresses such as climate change.